ਔਰ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਅੱਜ ਤੱਕ ਸੈਟ ਕਾਉਂਸਲ ਤੇ ਇਨ ਸਾਊਥ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੈਠਿਆ। ਤੇ ਇਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਹੈਗੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਪਰ ਸੈਕੰਡ, ਇੱਥੇ ਇਕਨੋਮਿਕ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਮੈਂਟ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਮ ਹੈਗੀ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਖਾਲੀ ਲੈਂਡ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੈਗੀ ਨਟੋਮਸ ਵਿੱਚ, ਸੋ ਮਚ ਪੋਟੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਫॉर ਗਰੋਥ, ਪਰ ਗਰੋਥ ਤੇ ਹੋ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੀ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਓ ਤੇ ਦੇਖੋ ਤੇ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਜਸਟ ਨਾਨ ਸਟਾਪ ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ, ਹਾਈ ਡੈਂਸਿਟੀ ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ, ਬਟ ਦੇयर इज नो commercial, no small businesses, no amenities, no community center, nothing that community can do together. Believe it or not, ਸਾਨੂੰ quota ਵੀ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੀ that you have to arrest a certain number of illegal immigrants every month. Every federal agency was given a quota.
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਸੀਗਾ?
Yes, ਸਾਡਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਨਾਲ 1500 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦਾ ਹੈ।
ਇਹ ਮਤਲਬ ਵਾਸ਼ਿੰਗਟਨ ਡੀਸੀ ਤੋਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹੀ ਇਸ਼ਾਰਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਵੀ illegal immigration is national security threat.
Let's talk about logically, how is it a national security threat? Like the person picking the fruit in the farms, the person driving our trucks, the person helping our economy is a threat to our national security. In fact, if you look logistically, if you look statistically, the number of people who have actually committed federal crimes are not, the majority of them are not illegal immigrants.
As a FBI agent, how do you see transnational repression ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ threat ਆ, how do you see specifically to Sikh Americans?
I think we absolutely need to support the prosecution of all of this. This is not acceptable, not just for our local community, but nationally, internationally, it is absolutely unacceptable.
ਇਹ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਿ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਸੀਗਾ? Even before this administration, was this happening, or this happened after this administration came into power?
I will tell you that the change of priority level happened more with this administration. You know, previously they were pushing these cases for us to work, because I had worked many of these cases. What happened in 1984 was a genocide organized by the Indian state, and how I know that is where we are today.
ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਰੇਡੀਓ USA, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਟੀਵੀ USA ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਰਾਜਕਨਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ਼ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਖਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਦਾ ਦੌਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ। ਕੈਲੀਫੋਰਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਮੁਲਕ ਭਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਇਮਰੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਸਿਟੀ ਕੌਂਸਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਆ, ਚਾਹੇ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਦੀ ਰੇਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਆ, ਕਿਤੇ ਕਾਊਂਟੀ ਸੁਪਰਵਾਈਜ਼ਰ ਦੀਆਂ, ਕਿਤੇ ਸਕੂਲ ਬੋਰਡ ਦੀਆਂ ਆ। ਸੋ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਆ। ਸਾਡੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਆ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੁਛ ਕੁ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੈਂਡੀਡੇਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਅਪਰੋਚ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਆ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਉਹ ਪਹੁੰਚਾ ਸਕਣ, ਆਪਣੀ ਗੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਣ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਰੂਬਰੂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ। ਅੱਜ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੈਕਰਾਮੈਂਟੋ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਡਿਸਟ੍ਰਿਕਟ 1 ਦੇ ਲਈ ਸਿਟੀ ਕੌਂਸਲ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਰਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਜੈਨ ਚਾਵਲਾ, ਉਹ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਜੈਨ ਚਾਵਲਾ, ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੋ। ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ, ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਨੂੰ, ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ। ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਵੀ। ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਜੈਨ ਚਾਵਲਾ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਸੈਕਰਾਮੈਂਟੋ ਸਿਟੀ ਕੌਂਸਲ ਡਿਸਟ੍ਰਿਕਟ 1 ਲਈ ਕੈਂਡੀਡੇਟ ਹਾਂ। ਪਹਿਲਾਂ FBI ਵਿੱਚ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਲਈ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਸੱਚਾਈ, ਇਮਾਨਦਾਰੀ ਤੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਲਈ ਖੜੀ ਹਾਂ
ਜੀ। ਸੋ ਜੈਨ ਚਾਵਲਾ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ, ਆਈ ਨੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਲਾਸਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਮਿਲੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੈਪੀਟਲ ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ, ਸੈਕਰਾਮੈਂਟੋ ਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ, ਉੱਥੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਇੱਕ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਕੌਮ ਹੈ, ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਦੇ ਬਾਬਤ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸੀਗਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੋਂ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੀਗੇ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਰਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ? ਵਾਟ ਆਰ ਯੂਰ ਕੋਰ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਇਸ ਕੈਂਪੇਨ ਦੇ?
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ, ਕੋਰ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਇਹ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਡਿਸਟ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਤਾਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਸਾਡੀ ਪਾਪੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ बढ़ती ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਪਾਪੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ, ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਪਾਪੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ, ਸਾਊਥ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਪਾਪੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ बढ़ती ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਦਿਨ ਪਰ ਦਿਨ। ਪਰ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਔਰ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਅੱਜ ਤੱਕ ਸੈਟ ਕਾਉਂਸਲ ਤੇ ਇਨ ਸਾਊਥ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੈਠਿਆ। ਤੇ ਇਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਹੈਗੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਪਰ ਦੂਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਸੇਫਟੀ ਤੇ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ। ਮੈਂ FBI ਲਈ ਕੰਮ ਕਰੀ, ਮੈਂ 13 ਸਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਈ ਹਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ। ਮੈਂ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਆਈ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਸੇਫਟੀ ਔਰ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੋਏ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਮੇਲ ਥੈਫਟ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈਗੀ। ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਡੋਰ ਟੂ ਡੋਰ ਕੈਨਵਸਿੰਗ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ, ਮੈਂ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਪੁੱਛਣੀ ਹਾਂ ਕੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਮੇਲ ਬਾਕਸ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਇਨ ਹੋਇਆ ਪਿਆ, ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਮਨੀ ਥੈਫਟਸ ਹੇਅਰ, ਟੂ ਮਨੀ ਮੇਲ ਬਾਕਸ ਥੈਫਟ। ਉਧਰੋਂ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਆਈਡੈਂਟੀਟੀ ਥੈਫਟ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਮੈਡੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਚੋਰੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪੈਸੇ ਵੀ ਗੁੰਮ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਵੈਰੀ ਬਿਗ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲੀ ਐਂਡ ਵੈਰੀ ਸਪੈਸੀਫਿਕਲੀ ਇਨ ਨਟੋਮਸ। ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਸ ਹੋਵੇ ਇੱਥੇ, ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੋਈ ਪੈਟਰੋਲ ਆਫਿਸਰ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਛੱਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਨਟੋਮਸ ਵਿੱਚ। ਉੱਥੇ ਸਾਊਥ ਸੈਕਰਾਮੈਂਟੋ ਜਾਂ ਸਾਊਥ ਨਟੋਮਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕ੍ਰਾਈਮ बढ़ता ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ, ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੈਕਰਾਮੈਂਟੋ ਤੋਂ ਨਟੋਮਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੈਟਰੋਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡ ਸਕਦੇ। So I think that's not a good reason. We need patrol presence in North Natomas, Sacramento, and Robla. What I promised to do ਕਿ ਮੇਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ district ਦੀ budget ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ 6 ਲੱਖ ਦੀ, I'm dedicate a portion of that budget to secure patrol in this area ताकि वो patrol reroute ना हो सके, ताकि वो patrol वो दूसरी जगह ना जा सके. The whole point of it is to keep that patrol here in Natomas. That I can do from my district budget. Second, ਇੱਥੇ economic development ਬਹੁਤ ਕਮ ਹੈਗੀ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਖਾਲੀ ਲੈਂਡ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੈਗੀ ਨਟੋਮਸ ਵਿੱਚ, so much potential for growth, ਪਰ growth ਤੇ ਹੋ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੀ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਓ ਤੇ ਦੇਖੋ ਤੇ this is just non-stop residential, high density residential, but there's no commercial, no small businesses, no amenities, no community center, nothing that community can do together. So, I have been, I was approached by cricket leagues recently, and they are minor league cricket in Sacramento. ਇੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ sports facility ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਜਿੱਥੇ minor league cricket ਖੇਲ ਸਕੇ ਲੋਕੀ, match like proper match ਖੇਲ ਸਕੇ। ਤੇ I have working with people to bring cricket to the North Natomas Regional Park so that it could be a tourist attraction, not for just city of Sacramento, but state, international, national, all over. ਇੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ facility, Northern California ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ facility ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, minor league specification ਦੀ cricket field ਹੈਗੀ। So this is income generating revenue. Amenity. So I want to be able to generate revenue in Natoma. Yes, minor league cricket. This is not, you don't need a proper stadium for minor league. Major league, yes, minor league, you need just a proper sports park. North Natomas Regional Park is a proper sports park. Or ਉੱਥੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ on the back of the North Natomas Regional Plan, it says the number 1 proposed amenity is cricket field. So it's already properly placed for cricket. We just have to build it out. Once we build it out, then we generate revenue. So that's my number 2 priority. ਤੀਜੀ priority ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੀ housing ਤੇ transportation. Housing ਤੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈਗੀ, ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਕਾਫੀ housing ਤੇ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, but we need more low income and affordable housing. ਹੁਣੇ ਤੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਲੋਕੀ priced out ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ, they can't afford rent, they can't afford mortgage. This is just a system-wide problem in the entire state. This is not just Sacramento. So it's a way to help people afford housing in general. The transportation, public transportation ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਨਟੋਮਸ ਵਿੱਚ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਆਓ, you can check, there's even the bus stops are not properly operating. We have maybe one bus that runs occasionally throughout the day, but nothing that connects North Natomas to, within each other. And
so
that's something I'm going to be
public
working on.
transport
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, but it's not reliable public transportation ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ।
Okay. ਓਕੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ 'ਚ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ FBI ਦੇ ਲਈ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ, ਲਾਈਕ ਯੂ ਵਰਕ ਫॉर ਮੋਰ ਦੈਨ ਅ ਡੈਕੇਡ। ਲਾਈਕ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਜਦੋਂ DEI ਨੂੰ ਡਿਸਮੈਂਟਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ, ਦੈਟਸ ਵੈਨ ਯੂਰ ਡਿਸਐਗਰੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਹੈਪਨਡ, ਔਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਆਏ ਐਜ਼ ਏ FBI ਏਜੰਟ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਥੈਫਟ ਦੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ, what is in your power which you can do, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰ ਕੀ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ? what are the first concrete steps you can take if you win?
Yeah. So one, I was an investigative specialist. Thoda farak hunda hai. Agent is a gun carrying officer that can arrest. I was a covert employee. Matlab main field vich kam kardi si. I used to actually work in the field all day, but I was mostly gathering intelligence on all of the cases that I was working. It was a very rigorous job, but I was behind the scenes. So ਮੈਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਮ but I've learned a lot in the federal government ਕਿ jurisdiction ਕਿਹੜੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, I have worked with USPS postal inspectors, because again ਇੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ crime ਤੇ mail theft ਹੈਗੀ ਨਾ, so that's important. I've liaisoned with the DEA, I've liaisoned with CIA, I've liaisoned with ATF, all of the major federal agencies that you can think of I have worked with, because that's a part of our job, is to work directly with them. I did leave not just because of DEI. Athena, they were refocusing their efforts from the national security issues to local immigration issues that were not a part of our jurisdiction. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਅੱਛੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗੀ ਕਿ they're asking us to shift our focus from things that are actually national security threat to going to pursue people without documentation here,
ਸੋ
and we have
ਤੁਸੀਂ
no
ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਵੀ
jurisdiction
FBI
for
ਨੂੰ ਇਹ
that.
ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੜੋ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ। ਪਰ
ਸੋ
ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਤੇ jurisdiction ਤਾਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ। We don't have the jurisdiction to do that. So what they were doing were sending armed agents to go sit in the cars to watch Customs and Border Patrol and ICE agents arrest undocumented. ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ, and that was a waste of taxpayer dollars.
So did you raise this issue internally?
I did, but pata ki it's what happens is Sacramento Data Field Office they take their directives from Washington DC. And to the credit of the Sacramento Field Office, sada jera SAC Siddharth Patel, Indian. What he did was, because believe it or not, sanu quota bhi milya si, that you have to arrest a certain number of illegal immigrants every month. Every federal agency was given a quota.
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਸੀਗਾ?
Yes. ਸਾਡਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਨਾਲ 1500 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦਾ, I think, I can't recall fully, but that was what I heard. So but that was in all of FBI, right? So Sacramento Field Office, it would have been a portion of that. So what the SAC special agent in charge of the Sacramento Field Office did was say, instead of going after regular illegal immigration, because we don't even have jurisdiction, we will now go through our cases that are already open. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ cases ਖੁੱਲੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ that already have illegal immigrants that are violating federal laws. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਖੁੱਲੇ cases ਸੀ, we're not going to go create new cases. We're going to prioritize the open cases instead of focusing on, counterintelligence, crimes against children. This is the bad thing. Now we took our focus away from all the other federal crimes and made it illegal immigration, when really that is not the highest priority crime right now. So this was a part of why I left.
ਪਰ ਉਹ ਜੌਬ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਦੀ ਸੀ ਕਿ we have different agencies for that.
100%. That's my point. Our jurisdiction is totally different. We should be focused on things that are affecting our national security, right? Illegal immigration isn't necessarily threatening our national security. What is threatening national security is counterintelligence, domestic terrorism, international terrorism, even crimes against children, because there are human trafficking rings that are nationwide. But these are the things that these were our priorities. Now it's shifted to immigration. Right now, it's been a year
ਤੋਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਵਾਸ਼ਿੰਗਟਨ ਡੀਸੀ ਤੋਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹੀ ਇਸ਼ਾਰਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਵੀ illegal immigration is national security threat.
That's what they want you to hear. But kis tarah let's talk about logically, how is it a national security threat? Like the person picking the fruit in the farms, the person driving our trucks, the person helping our economy is a threat to our national security. In fact, if you look logistically, if you look statistically, the number of people who have actually committed federal crimes the majority of them are not illegal immigrants. They're actually American citizens, just by ratio alone, right? That's just statistics. So for us to focus a disproportionate amount of federal law enforcement efforts to attack a smaller portion of the crime, which is illegal immigration, it doesn't make any sense. And it is really just politics for them. That's why I left. Ke sanu milya si memos. In the memos likhya honda si, you now owe allegiance to a sitting president. Ata matlab hai if you're FBI, you now have to do whatever the president tells you to do.
Not to the
That's
Constitution?
Right, not to they changed it. Yes, they changed it this year. They sent a memo. Pam Bondi sent a memo and changed it this year. So that's
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ president ਆ ਉਹਦੀ ਆਖੇ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਸੰਵਿਧਾਨ ਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਕਰ ਦੋ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ।
ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਏਜੰਟ ਸੀਗੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ ਬੁਰਾ ਮਨਾਇਆ ਔਰ ਦੇ ਵਰ ਲਾਈਕ ਨਾ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਨਾਟ ਰਾਈਟ?
Everybody. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੀ ਸੀ, they all of them were upset. But ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, ਕਾਫੀ ਲੋਕੀ ਤੇ ਇਨਕਮ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, they need a paycheck. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਰਿਟਾਇਰਮੈਂਟ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈਗੀ, they have a pension. Not everybody has the ability to just quit their job, right? That's the hard part. Now ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਤਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਤੇ ਕਨਵਿਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ, ਦੂਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਮੇਰੇ ਹਸਬੈਂਡ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਸਾਡੀ ਕੋਈ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਦੀ ਡੈਟ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਕੋਈ ਡੈਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ. So it was okay for me to walk away. But if I didn't have there's a possibility that if I had too much debt, if I didn't have enough income, maybe I could not have walked away, right?
Mhm.
ਇਹ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ. Yes, a lot of people started looking for other jobs though. Many people immediately started looking for other jobs. I ਛੱਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ immediately because it's harder for some people than others, but many people were ready to leave, and many people I know have already left or retired early because they don't want to deal with it.
No, that's a big shift. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲੀ ਇੱਕ ਅਜਿਹੀ ਏਜੰਸੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀਗੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ, then you decided to run for a city council seat. Why?
ਪਤਾ ਕੀ when I first left ਮੇਰਾ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਿਆਲ ਸੀ ਕਿ I was going to run for local politics because ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਇੱਛਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ. I wasn't thinking that I want to be a politician. That was never my goal. But ਜਿਹੜੀ community member ਹੈਗੇ ਨਾ, they came to me, they said, Jen, you are honest, ਤੇਰੀ ਇਮਾਨਦਾਰੀ, the fact that you help us when we need help, your advocacy for the community, we don't have that here. Leadership ਤੇ ਇਹ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਮਾਨਦਾਰੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ, transparency ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ. We need someone who's going to represent us. ਦੂਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਫਿਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ, there's no proper voice for our people. And in the community I live in, North Lake, majority of the population in just my community of 2,000 homes is North Indian, not just Indian, but Punjabi Indian, believe it or not. So this is a big portion of our growing community. And they're saying we don't have any representation, yet the Desi population is the highest contributing factor to our economic growth in northern Sacramento, right? They are they own the most businesses, they invest the most money, they own the most homes, they pay the highest taxes, but they don't have proper representation. So I took that into consideration and I decided to run for office.
ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵੀ ਨਟੋਮਸ ਇਜ਼ ਵਨ ਆਫ ਦ ਗੁੱਡ ਪਾਰਟਸ ਆਫ ਸੈਕਰਾਮੈਂਟੋ ਗ੍ਰੇਟਰ ਏਰੀਆ, ਬਟ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਸੇਇੰਗ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਟੋਟਲੀ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ, ਲਾਈਕ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਭਾਵਨਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲੋਂ, ਲਾਈਕ ਹਾਊ ਇਜ਼ ਦਿਸ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ? ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਥੈਫਟ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ, no patrolling of police, but people assume differently. How?
So I will say, in terms of crime rate, it is not high crime like Del Paso Heights or South Sacramento. It is not. But that doesn't mean that crime ette hondi nahi hai. That's not the thing. There is crime, and I would argue that crime increasingly is getting worse. In fact, kal main suniya si that there was somebody who was almost robbed at gunpoint yesterday in a neighborhood community at 8:15 in the morning. Monday, this is North Natomas. This was yesterday, just yesterday. Now the victim was able to disarm the offender and get away. That's fine, no one was hurt. But this is 8:15 in the morning on a Tuesday, tusi dasso, and this is in a neighborhood street. So if that's not crime, what is it? And when you call the police, they say, sorry, we don't have any patrol units available, or we're busy, or South Sac, which this area, that area, because there's other crime happening. So people don't feel safe. Any gal hegi that we have the highest crime. It is people don't feel safe. They can't call the cops and say, we need help, because no one is going to show up because they have prioritized other areas of Sacramento. As sab to vadi gal hegi.
Does Natomas has its own police department?
No. Zero.
You come under Sacramento City Police Department, they call on the ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਹੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. if you are chosen by this, ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋਕ ਜਿਤਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ $6 ਲੱਖ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਪੈਟਰੋਲਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਲਈ, you want it to be over here. Do you want to increase police presence here, like police officer numbers?
So the plan is this, ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ $6 ਲੱਖ allocate ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ District 1 office ਨੂੰ, that is meant for ਜਿਹੜੀ staff allocation ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਜਿਹੜੇ chief of staff, ਜਿਹੜੇ calendar ਵਾਲੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ. Instead of having a 4-person staff, I would have a 3-person staff. or ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਖਰ $1.5 ਲੱਖ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਚਣਾ ਹੈ, I can hire just for District 1 a patrol officer who will stay present in Natomas while I fight for the other units who should already be here. I plan to fight ke sade tax dollars se ja rahe ne. We are already paying for this service. So why do I have to pay more to get the presence of police that we're already paying for? But that's going to take time. Right? So while it takes time, I'm dedicating a portion of my budget to secure the presence of patrol, and I'm working with people to make sure we have a satellite office here, taki district wale, jede mere district wale hone, and the police wale, they can sit here if necessary and be available for people as well. Because sade koi police station bhi nahi hagi, na koi district office hagi itthe. There really is no community service available in North Natomas, but we've been built out for almost 25 years.
I'll come back to your FBI background. ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ I have multiple questions ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ. Affordability, is this the main issue right now in your district
Not
as
the
well?
biggest, It's one of the issues. It's not the biggest, I don't think, right? Because North Thomas, they have a big proportion of the affordable housing. They have more work to do. Sanu aur bhi chahiye. It's not that we have enough altogether, but we have affordable housing. It's just that we can do more. We can always do more. State of California can always do more to bring affordable housing. Now, I can just to bring high density residential with affordable low income is not enough. Sanu commercial vi chahiye, right? So mixed use is a solution. Taki the bottom floor is coffee shop, yeah, grocery market, yeah, any kind of convenience store, something taki you don't have to take your car to the grocery store to buy दूध दा gallon चाहिदा या कुछ bread चाहिदी है. You shouldn't have to drive to buy that stuff. You should be able to walk to a local store to buy that immediate need. That's not possible right now for most people in North Natomas. You have to drive. Even Edna Vada tehega hi nahi North Natomas. It's not even that large. So you shouldn't have to. There's no public transportation really reliable, and there's no real way for most of the community to just get out, go to the store, and come back by walking or biking. That's
if
what
you
I'd
got
like to
elected,
change.
which part of the regulations would you like to cut? ਕਿਹੜਾ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੱਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੇ? Because you are up, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ audit ਕਰੋ, budget cuts ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ. Which first program will you cut?
Programs it all depends on, there's going to be auditing necessary because there's a lot of programs that are not fully utilizing their potential. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ plan ਕੀਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਸੀ that
Can you
these
name
are going to
one?
be. Well, right now I can tell you that there are a lot of vacant positions that need to be cut, that are just sitting vacant. Secondly, there is the fact that we have a lot of money that is allocated to the police department for things that other departments can do. So there's also reallocation of funding. For example, ਜਿਹੜੇ homeless encampment sweeps ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ. That is not necessarily a violent thing. So why do police have to do that? Why do police need to go sweep the encampment? There is a Department of Community Response. You can task them to do it. They already have the staff. That will alleviate the police to address other crimes, right? That are actually violent crimes. So these are the kinds of things that I would like to reallocate money for as well. It's not just cutting, it's reallocating. In addition, we need to grow our way out of this deficit. That's like the idea of bringing cricket field, right? Minor league cricket field, or any other high paying jobs. We have the empty land to promote businesses. We should be bringing more small businesses, incentivizing businesses, because we need to bring more money into the economy at the local level. So that's another idea of, it's not always just about cuts. It's about reallocation, repurposing, and also growing our way out of this deficit with new revenue. We need to build new revenue.
Jen Chawla ji, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ you've been with FBI for more than 10 years. ਜਦੋਂ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਲਾਸਟ ਈਅਰ ਟਰਾਂਸਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਰਿਪਰੈਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਿੱਲ ਆ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਸੈਕਰਾਮੈਂਟੋ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਈਪਾਰਟੀਜ਼ਨ ਯੂਨੈਨਿਮਸ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਾਸ ਹੋਇਆ, ਗਵਰਨਰ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਵੀਟੋ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਕੀਤਾ. ਐਜ਼ ਏ FBI ਏਜੰਟ, ਹਾਊ ਡੂ ਯੂ ਸੀ ਟਰਾਂਸਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਰਿਪਰੈਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਥ੍ਰੈਟ ਆ, ਹਾਊ ਡੂ ਯੂ ਸੀ ਸਪੈਸੀਫਿਕਲੀ ਟੂ ਸਿੱਖ ਅਮਰੀਕਨਸ?
I think we absolutely need to support the prosecution of all of this. This is not acceptable, not just for our local community, but nationally, internationally, it is absolutely unacceptable. And I am aware that I used to hear in the FBI that there were these reports, right? That these people are being targeted, but these cases were not prioritized. I know that. Right? I know they were not prioritized.
Really? Can you explain? Thoda expand kar sakte hain? Like, do you have any certain example without naming names?
Well, I do know that we have threat levels. Okay? So it says this is highest priority threat level. This is what you're going to work. This was not considered highest priority. I have not seen this case as a high priority in any of my casework. Is what
we're talking about California Sikh activists, jinna de ult idan de threat sige.
Right.
But
right.
FBI didn't put it on the highest priority.
Not highest priority. Now I have seen the cases, but it is not always the highest priority cases. You see what I'm saying? I have seen the cases. I know it exists. I know that they are attempting to do something about it, but I don't see it as the highest priority for them, versus now illegal immigration has become highest priority. That to me is not.
ਇਹ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਿ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਸੀਗਾ? Even before this administration, was this happening, or this happened after this administration came into power?
I will tell you that the change of priority level happened more with this administration. Previously they were pushing these cases for us to work, because I had worked many of these cases and we have given priority. But this last year, like I said, Jedi prioritization ho gayi si, it has now been mostly immigration, illegal immigration. So again, threats against our citizens, even these kinds of threats were not prioritized because it was about the illegal immigration. It completely took the focus off of everything else. So yes, absolutely, I agree with you that it needs to be prioritized more.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਵਰਟਲੀ ਵਰਕ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਇਨ ਦਾ ਫੀਲਡ ਹਾਊ ਦਿਸ ਵਾਸ ਹੈਪਨਿੰਗ ਲਾਈਕ ਵਟ ਡਿਡ ਯੂ ਸੀ ਲਾਈਕ ਵਟ ਕਾਈਂਡ ਆਫ ਆਰ ਦੇਰ ਪੀਪਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਪੇਰੋਲ ਤੇ ਆ ਵਿਚ ਹੈਵ ਬੀਨ ਡੂਇੰਗ ਦਿਸ do they hire people, are there certain organizational fronts which are doing these threats? So what have you seen?
So in terms of, there is only so much information I can share, right? मेरी
Whatever you
top
can.
secret top secret clearance level हैगी मेरी. I will tell you, I have absolutely worked cases where we have gone after the culprits who have threatened people of our community. Okay. But that's about all I can tell you. That's about it. And I will say it has happened. It is not that we don't work these cases at all. FBI has
Was it
worked
in
these
California?
cases. In California, I have worked these cases. I personally have worked these cases. But again, I can't give you much more information than a lot of these are still open cases, right? So there's, even if they were closed, they're still classified. I can't talk about them. I'm still bound by that. Even though I'm not an employee anymore, I still have to follow that. At the same time, what I
Do you
will
try
say,
to
it's
follow
not.
up with those? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ colleagues ਦੇ ਨਾਲ do you try to follow up with what's happening in that case?
Oh, I can't. There's
You
no
can't?
way. No, because there's no conversation. JD conversation मेरे colleagues and all होती है. It's basically like everyday conversation. How are you? How are you doing? That's it. We can't talk work. See, one thing I loved about the FBI, you have to understand why I stayed there 13 years for one good reason. We're very strict about these rules. Very strict. Before this administration, there was a very solid line that you could not cross. You cannot share information. मैं तो covert employee सी, मेरा नाम भी कुछ और सी, मेरा नाम कुछ बिल्कुल कुछ और ना सी मेरा. I had a different birthday, different name, different identity, सब कुछ. So if I had to follow that, no, not even my neighbors could know that I worked for the FBI. So it was a very fine line, and we were very
Did your
strict about it.
family know?
My family knew. My mom especially would tell everybody, and मैं बोलती थी, "Mama, please, किसी को ना दसना कि मैं FBI ਵਿੱਚ काम करती ਹਾਂ." So it's very hard because she's very proud, right? But it's hard because you literally, even though we stand for integrity, I had to lie to people that I work somewhere else or I do something else. It wasn't easy, but I appreciated it because सही ਗੱਲ मैं ਦੱਸਾਂ, we did good work. I know I did good work. I actually worked many cases that kept a lot of bad things from happening in this country and to people of our community. I have personally worked cases, and I'm proud of
Anybody
that.
got arrested for doing
I
this,
can't,
for doing these threats, or like
not that
is
I can
any
share.
is any prosecution going to happen soon or anything like that?
Not that I can share publicly that I'm aware of. मैं सही गल दसां, I have worked hundreds and hundreds of cases within 1 year alone. I worked so many cases, not just of this matter, many cases of all kinds, like from drug case to national security to crimes against children to public corruption. I work all kinds of cases. But I will say there were a few cases that crossed my desk that was about this transnational threats. And I will tell you, at the time, before the Trump administration, this was prioritized. It was.
Now it is not, huh?
Now it is not. Now it is not.
So how do you see ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੱਕ assassination attempt ਸੀਗਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ foil ਕੀਤਾ ਗੁਰਪਤਵੰਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਪੰਨੂ ਦੇ ਉਲਟ ਸਿੱਖ ਐਕਟਿਵਿਸਟ ਦੇ ਉਲਟ ਦੋ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਡਾਈਟ ਕੀਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਨੂੰ ਫੜ ਲਿਆਂਦਾ he was extradited over here ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਦੋਸ਼ he has pled guilty to those cases to those charges like ਇੱਕ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦਾ intelligence officer ਵੀ involved ਆ how do you see this happened within this administration?
Well, it's not that it doesn't happen, right? But again, like I mentioned to you, JD, but it all depends on the field offices. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ SAC ਸੀ, right? He was able to make it so jada quota aega, you have to arrest this many illegal immigrants. He was able to make it so we could go after the open existing cases already. So it's possible कि एक case होना है जड़ा banda who is the one that is threatening our people is illegal. So now we're going to prioritize him because he is illegal. But it's not like we're prioritizing him because he's threatening the Sikh community. We're prioritizing him because he's illegal. You get what I'm saying? That's two different things. Now, yes, of course, we're going to go after the bad guys no matter what. That is one thing I appreciate about the FBI. But what the Trump administration has prioritized is not the way the FBI normally prioritizes these cases. That's why it feels so off. And even though there is still arrests, it isn't necessarily because they are prioritizing the Sikh community. It is because they are prioritizing going after illegal immigrants or because it has crossed their desk at some point, or it's an open case and they have already have a lead. Sometimes it's that the case has been open long enough, they have already developed enough intelligence. So some of these cases can take years, you have to understand. I have worked cases that 2-3 years before an arrest is made, at least. And you have to pursue it. So sometimes the investigation has been ongoing for 2-3 years, and now you're ready for an arrest. So it could have been an active case before Trump even came into office. Now, whether any new cases are being prioritized, I can't tell you. Yes, I don't know that. But I don't think that they are going to be prioritizing these cases over illegal immigration, is what I'm saying. Not during the Trump administration.
So what you're saying, like, straightforward question: does FBI have Sikh Americans back or not?
I would say personally, as FBI, yes, 100%. But does the Trump administration? I don't know. I can't say that. FBI,
Were you
yes.
close in making some arrest in your one of the cases you were working on?
Again, I can't. I there's I
I'm just
promise
asking,
I
were you
would
close
tell
enough?
you, that's the thing. Even the cases that I worked, there were so many. You don't know. I could tell you yes, and it could take another year, right? There are things that change at the last minute. There are things that you think this is arrest worthy, and all of a sudden something happens and it changes. I can't tell you the number of times we have worked a case where the agent says, we're going to go arrest him tomorrow. So we're sitting on this guy's house ready for the agents to come make an arrest. All of a sudden something changes. We don't know what it was. Something changed. Now that gets pushed 6 months. And then 6 months later, okay, we're going to go make the arrest now. Something changes. Now that gets pushed another month. This is how the FBI, they have to be ironclad. They want to make sure when they make an arrest that it sticks. They don't want to just make an arrest. They want to make an arrest that's going to stick. So they follow and they do their due diligence. But I will always tell you, the FBI employees always put the mission first. So if they have a case on their desk, they will do it without bias. That I know for a fact. Employees. The administration is different. You have to understand, right? The administration is different. The directives that the administration is pushing to the FBI is different than what the previous FBI was doing. You see what I'm saying? Kash Patel is not the same director as Christopher Wray. They're very different. Christopher Wray was a professional FBI director. He knew what to do. He's the one, even though he was appointed by Trump in the first administration, he's the one that told us to go after the January 6 rioters. He's the one that went into Mar-a-Lago. That's why he quit, because he knew Trump was going to come after him, right? So this is the kind of thing that we have to understand. We only have so much control as FBI personnel and agents. You can't just pick up a case and say, I'm going to go work this. There's a chain of command. There is threat level priority. There is, arrest, expediency, how close are you to the arrest? There is also whether or not it's an immediate threat, right? Did somebody plant a bomb? That's going to be an immediate threat versus did a crime already take place and do we need to investigate how it happened? So those are two different, there's a lot of things that go into investigating crime, but I promise you when it comes to actual FBI employees, when they are given a mission, they execute it without bias. That is the job. However, whether or not they're given that mission now depends on the Trump administration. That's the problem.
In Fresno, police chief and mayor, they were reportedly pressured by Hindu nationalist linked groups against two local Sikh men. I'm not sure if you're aware about that or not, but I'm just telling you right now. casting them as terrorism suspects. One of them is an educator, one of them is a non-profit organization founder. If you are elected, you are in city council, and Sacramento law enforcement is approached similarly, what would you do?
First of all, the Hindu nationalist movement is not doing anybody any favors. It is just as bad as what they have done with Islamophobia, quite frankly, right? It is just as bad as the divisiveness that we have seen, not just in India amongst our own people, but here is ridiculous. When Manmohan Singh was PM of India, we didn't see this. You had a Muslim president and a PM that was Sikh. Now you have a completely divided country, and we're back at war all of a sudden at a whole new level between Hindus and Muslims. I'm a Hindu. My husband is Muslim. Okay, my
Mhm.
nani was Sikh. My mom's bua is Christian. We have a very diverse family, and the fact that the Hindu nationalist movement has created this divide is absolutely unacceptable. Because as a Hindu myself, I can tell you that, and same with Sikhi, it goes against everything we believe in. Right? Everything that we are taught in this religion is to accept everyone as they are, to love everyone as God, and to be one with God, not to say we are the better religion or superior religion, or we should have a national religion for this country. That goes against everything that Hinduism stands for. So I myself am ashamed of that movement, quite frankly. So if it was to come to the dais, I would tell you I would fight 1000% for those that are being persecuted by the movement. It does not matter what my background is. Because again, just like when I was in the FBI, I do things without bias. I do it for the right reason. And I am always for caring for our brothers and sisters, no matter what they look like, where they're from, what their background is, what their religion is. At the end of the day, we have no right to persecute someone because of their religion or background. It just is not, it's not the way things should work. I would fight it 100%.
The transnational repression bill, uh, did you support it, or would you have supported it to have passed and become a law?
To oppose transnational,
Yes, yes,
yes, of
the one
course, of
which
course.
was recently vetoed by the governor.
Yeah, no, of course. Honestly, there's a lot of things that the governor has done that I don't agree with. And that goes for the Muslim community too, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that they have pushed in recent times that have hurt the Sikh and Muslim community more than any other community. And people don't really realize it because it happens behind the scenes. I don't think that we have an equal protection across the board. I think that when you pass protections for certain religious classes like Judaism, but you don't pass those same protections for other religious classes, that's a big problem. That's
Mhm.
a big problem because now you're identifying that, anti-Semitism is a problem and we should protect those against anti-Semitism, but we're not doing the same for Islamophobia. We're not doing the same for crimes against Sikh Americans. Like, that's a problem for me. So again, it's all about equality. It's all about equal protections. It's all about respecting people and their backgrounds and not prioritizing one religion over the other. And I do think there's a lot of work to be done, not just in city of Sacramento and the state of California, and the country in general. We have a lot of work to be done in this area, and it's not going to happen overnight. But at least in me, because my entire family is so diverse. My daughter, sometimes she's Hindu, sometimes she's Muslim. She can't make up her mind. But that's the beauty of it, is that I come from a background that is so mixed and so diverse that I have respect for everybody equally. And I would fight for everybody equally, regardless of where they come from or what they believe.
Now we are hearing that Cal OES is having some sort of training on TNR, transnational repression. Uh, uh, Suppose you are elected, you win this election. Would you want your Sacramento law enforcement to be specifically trained in this and resist TNR tactics?
Yeah, we should absolutely transnational repression band honi chahiye. That's it. That's it. End of story. Like, we need to stop the repression. There's
Mhm.
no doubt in my mind. Whatever I can do to support that, I will 100%. You have a partner in me when it comes to transnational repression. I can
You're
promise you.
in ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹਲਕੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਅਮਰੀਕਨਸ ਨੇ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀਜ਼ ਨੇ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਕਨਸਰਨਸ ਆ ਵੀ ਸਰਵੇਲੈਂਸ ਦੇ, ਹਰਾਸਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ, ਚਾਹੇ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਆ, India using visa as a tactic to harass them or their families back there. ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ 1984 ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੈਨੋਸਾਈਡ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਉਹਦੀ ਐਡਵੋਕੇਸੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਔਰ
Bill.
ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੀ ਐਡਵੋਕੇਸੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, how would you respond to those concerns of your constituents?
So the constituents have every right to be concerned because काफी लोग किते recognize भी नहीं करते ना कि 1984 the genocide हैगा सी.
Do you
Nobody
recognize it?
wants. Of course, absolutely. Of course I do. My mom is from Ludhiana. My nani only ever went to the Gurdwara, right? So again, I come from a very diverse background. We have a history in my family of Sikh, of Hindu, of Muslim, of Christian. So somebody in my family at any point in time has been persecuted, I can tell you right now, including the Sikh community. So of course I recognize the persecution of the Sikh community, even though I myself was born a Hindu, because that doesn't mean that I advocated for it. This is what I believe. The reason people commit the crimes that they do is not because of their religion. They just happen to be that religion. So just because somebody has committed a crime, it doesn't mean he committed that crime because he's Hindu or Sikh or Muslim. He committed that crime because he's a bad person. He just happens to identify with a certain religion. That doesn't necessarily mean it defines the entire religion, right? So that's why I'm telling you, the Hindu nationalist movement does not define my Hindu religion. I can say that with 100% confidence. In fact, I denounce it completely. And that's why I would fight for every brother and sister, whether a Muslim or Sikh, who is not Hindu, that is suffering because of this. I would fight alongside them because that is not what Hinduism is about, nor is Sikhism, nor is Islam. That is something we know from all of the books and that have taught us. No religion teaches that we should persecute another religion. That just does not exist.
Do you believe what happened to Sikhs in 1984 was a genocide organized by the Indian state? And will you say that publicly?
What happened in 1984 was a genocide organized by the Indian state. And how I know that is where we are today. Quite frankly, think about it. We are already in a situation where this could potentially happen again, right? Against Muslims. This is not unbelievable. As much as we like to think that Hindus were nonviolent during the British colonization, it's not as though they didn't do the wrong things. It's not as though they didn't make the wrong moves along the way. It's not as though they are not capable of being criminals. Just because we escaped British colonization finally or gained our freedom in 1947 doesn't mean that all of a sudden India is pure and we commit no crimes. That is not the case. I do believe that in 1984, in fact, my mother was alive. I wasn't born yet. I was born in Delhi in 85, but she used to tell me how bad it was, right? I mean, she lived there at the time. So she used to see it herself. So yes, I can tell you with full confidence that is exactly what happened. And that is something that we should prevent from happening ever again against anyone of any faith or any group of people of any faith, because that should not be allowed at any level, regardless of who you are.
Jen Chawla, like Jande, I just wanted to ask you. You raised a question that FBI the priority hun change. उन्होंने कर दिया. The priorities have changed. They're going more after that immigration crackdown. ਉਹ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ focus ਆ. So right now ਜੋ CDLs ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, commercial driving licenses ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ, all these non-domicile CDLs have become a pawn in this political game, partisan grandstanding. How do you see this issue, and do you if you get elected, do you have any say in this matter?
I think it's a big problem, and I'll tell you how I know personally firsthand. ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਕੂਲ ਸਾਡਾ ਹੈਗਾ North Lake community, it has a TK to 8 elementary school ਹੈਗਾ ਇੱਥੇ. ਪਿਛਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਅਗਸਤ ਨੂੰ there was a child who was hit by a car while trying to cross the road. Okay. ਉਸ time it was 1 week after the Florida accident, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ truck driver ਸੀ and he was illegal, happened to be illegal and made an illegal U-turn, right? Right, accident ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ, that's it. People were on high alert at the time. Us time the Trump administration like, oh, all illegal immigrants are bad. This is what they do. This is what they do. Because this is the political world we're living in right now. My concern, because I know meri community hai, North Lake community, we have majority immigrants. Most of them are South Asian, ya ho Punjabi, ya ho South Indian, ya ho Muslim, doesn't matter. The most of them are South Asian here. I was concerned because we look the same. Now, ਬਾਕੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਂਦਾ. They don't know the difference between ਜਿਹੜਾ North Indian ਹੈਗਾ, South Indian. They don't know the difference. Quite frankly, they think Sikh and Muslim is the same too, right? So they would think that this immigrant driver is a risk to our community because the driver hit a child, when in reality it was the child's fault for jumping into the street. An even bigger concern was there was no proper crosswalk, there was no proper school zone sign, there was no proper speed limit zone, no speed bumps, nothing to prevent this accident from happening, because the community is still under development. So I immediately contacted the city of Sacramento, Twin Rivers Unified School District, contacted the developers that are developing in the community, as well as anybody else who would listen to say, this is negligence on behalf of the city and Twin Rivers, and this cannot be put on the responsibility or shoulders of any driver because they were driving under the speed limit and they had the right of way. So already I'm advocating, because my concern is I don't want this to become an immigrant driver issue. Right? They're going to easily make it immigrant driver, that's not our fault. No, let's put the responsibility where it belongs. That is to the city and the Twin Rivers School District and the developers, and make them address it. And since then, we have not only secured the funding for a proper crosswalk that was not there because of my actions, but there are now school zone signs. There is a crossing guard who stands there at that cross section to make sure this doesn't happen again, and more precautions have been put in place. So this is something I'm already doing because I'm aware at how sensitive this topic is right now and how unjust it is, because it's not fair that our community has to suffer more just because this is now in the news. Accidents to hunde hunde hain. That's not like these accidents have never occurred before. It is now highlighted because of politics, not because it's happening 10 times more than it ever was. That is not the case. And I recognize that. So it'd be my job to make sure that I use my platform to make people see the truth, not what's in the news as politics and what's popular. Let's show them the truth of what's really happening. And I don't think that having not either, whether it's not speaking proper English or whether it's not having a legal citizenship, should keep someone from doing their job. I don't think that that's the case.
ਓਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਜਨ ਚਾਵਲਾ ਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਅਮਰੀਕਨਸ ਆ ਉਹ FBI ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਤੇ ਲੋਕਲ ਲਾ ਐਨਫੋਰਸਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਵੀ what more they can do to protect them from foreign threats. How can you help in that, achieving that?
Now, I will say that ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ local Sacramento field office ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, if you do report these threats, they do have to take them seriously. ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ that they won't take them seriously at all. It is just that they have to know about it. So I always encourage people ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ online report ਲਿਖੋ ਜਾਂ ਚਾਹੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ phone ਕਰੋ FBI ਨੂੰ, but the biggest thing you can do is walk into the Roseville FBI field office, request to speak with someone who we have a few agents who speak fluent Punjabi or Hindi or Urdu. We have there's not too many, but there's agents there that I know who can speak our language. You can request to speak with one of them and they will take down the report, and then they can pursue the crime accordingly. Now, whether or not that is prioritized right now, I don't know. I can't tell you, right? When I left, it was not, but not because of Sacramento. That was not the fault of Sacramento. That was the fault of the directives coming from the Trump administration. If I've been gone for almost a year, pura saal ho gaya mainu. Main chhadi se pichle May nu chhadi si main. So a lot could have changed. I don't know what's changed, but I will say always take the crime directly to the FBI field office, and they will absolutely, by law, they have to take a report and then they pursue it.
Okay. Thank you, Jen Chawla ji. Thank you for talking to me. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਰੇਡੀਓ USA ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ, ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ, ਤੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਕੁਛ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ ਇੰਟਰਨਲੀ ਕੀ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਹਾਊ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਜਦੋਂ FBI ਦੇ ਏਜੰਟ ਸੀਗੇ TNR ਦੇ ਮਸਲੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਦੇਖੇ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੀ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਬਣੀ ਪਈ ਆ, ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ, ਬੜੀ ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਦੇ ਲਈ, ਧੰਨਵਾਦ, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ।
Thank you ਜੀ, thank you. I appreciate it. ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ।